How is that the description of mending? Does it say it's a named buff of some kind? Like it says it gives you this name, and then it describes what that name does. Oh, alright. Wow. Wow. Back in, the flower's not here. I'm very sad. You and me both, sister. I don't understand. Oh, I found it. I fucking found it. I just started losing my mind. Alright, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Never to do this quest again. Yeah, now that I know. And knowing is half the battle. You know how it puts a marker when you get close on the minimap? It doesn't do, in the compass, it doesn't do that for this one. It does show you on your screen it floating above the skeleton or whatever. It's not, I was wrong, it's not like a flower. It's like something you pull off of a dead skeleton or something, you know what I mean?
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I know somebody that's getting you gear. So...
That's a very meaningful gesture. The divine...
You aged that fast?
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years, Tony.
That's what you hear. You did, don't you? Uh-oh. Get out of here, really? You said that? Dude, that's nothing, dude. I can make you shit that people will fucking be like, fuck you, man. Like, just looking at... Because the more expensive low-level gear is, you know, price-wise for the style material, the more people think that you got, like, a sugar mama or fucking something like that. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Yeah, tell him, no, you know what? You know what? I thought he was gonna touch me, but he didn't. You didn't do it. Tell him that.
He didn't even ask.
No, all we did was sleep in the same bed. That's all. What can you mix it with? See if you can fit it with something. Something good, like Olo, right? Olo is actually better than Spell Power Cure, just so you know. I know what you're saying about it's on the floor and all that shit, but here's why it's better. The buff does last like 30 or more seconds, and you're supposed to just tap the fucking thing and then get away, and you run through it and get away. And doing that takes less time than the healer trying to micromanage and overheal everybody in the group. I don't know, Winter used to do overhealing a lot.
That's what their job is to do all the time anyways, otherwise people die.
Well, yeah, but...
If they don't have their hots on the ground and people aren't in their heals, then they're gonna die.
Yeah, but something's different lately. Lately, none of the healers I play with have been healing consistently and bringing people to max health consistently. So it's not triggering the Spell Power Cure. But Olo will always fucking trigger it. Even if you're taking a pounding, everyone still gets that buff. because you don't have to be max health to get it, and in that respect, it ends up winning over the other one, just because you don't need to have max health to get it. Because some of the shit is so hard. Everybody's like, it's hard to get everybody to max health. The healer just like ends up running out of magic, and it's just like, it's fucking crazy. But I don't know what happened. Winter used to place heals on the floor and do so much healing, nobody's health would ever drop. But I suspect the reason... No, I suspect the reason why that's happening is the shit that we're doing. It's so much harder than what we were doing before that it's...
Oh, yeah.
But it used to never be a problem, but it is now, for shit sure. It's a fucking issue.
The only problem
cool.
One thing I really fucking hate about Olo is that 90% of the time, not 90%, but a solid 30% of the time, it gets set down right on top of the tank, and no one fucking touches it. Because no one goes near the tank.
I usually go for the touchdown pass. You see me do it. I'll go running right through couch. Like, near. I'm used to doing it for the Atronach. Because sometimes I gotta run up right in front of the dragon's face in the trial and just fucking grab the Atronach and run away real quick. For the buff. Alright. I like Olo. I don't know why I do. I just do. Because it also does that 5% less damage, you know, to the person wearing it. You know what I mean? Once you start removing that, you're removing a little extra something that the game kind of was designed for you to take advantage of if you're going to do difficult stuff. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything after you said feet. I apologize.
Oh, for sure.
The fact that it's not disappoints me. Right?
No.
Well, now you do.
I would absolutely do that. I'd absolutely do that because it's probably all like green or something. Oh, it's still not bad, but it's still purple's so cheap to make it purple. You've definitely already got the mats, so it's so nice.
Oh, by the way, real fat. When you first sent me a message on PSN, I looked in the guild roster and for some reason I didn't see your name, and so for a second I didn't remember who you were exactly. I thought maybe you were somebody that was in the guild recently and left the guild. So my response saying yes was I thought that, and then I did the list differently with online ID, and I went down to your name alphabetically and I found you. And then that's when I started typing in the guild chat. But that's the only reason why I responded that way, because I was like, do I know you? Yeah, it helps, because then I know it's a guildie for sure, and there's no question. Sorry about that. I did a yes, like, can I help you? Are you sure you got the right address? Alright, real tall and fat, your jewelry has been sent to you. I'm switching over to my main crafter to make all the other stuff. It's going to be the same setup because you didn't complain about it. Not that you would. But it's a good combination of power, crit, and recovery. So you can just... Do you have problems with magic running out or no? Good. Excellent. No, you won't with Seducer. It's really good. It's very similar to False God. Well, you know, coronavirus, so. One of the customers in my tobacco shop said, "You want to know how to keep safe from coronavirus?" And I was like, "Yeah, what you got?" And he was like, "Marijuana and sex." And then he left. He left. I was like, hopefully he's talking about his wife. I don't know. See, that's a situation where a person licking their lips after they say something could come off the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, let's say he had like a little breadcrumb in his lip, and after he said that, he just grabbed the breadcrumb.
Mending was the right set that I was talking about, though, right, Winner? It says 4 something.
There's no way that's what that did before, Couch. There's no fucking way in hell. That's new.
So,
that's not,
like,
that's...
and what that does specifically is gives you 3 seconds during, like, when you always drop your hots down because you know that something big's coming in. You know, like, someone's getting CC'd, or, like, the bugs, for example, you know what I'm saying? You instantly drop all your hots down. First 3 seconds, everything does less damage instantly. By thousands. And then if I fucking put it in my talons, it gets 15% reduced damage.
Hello, Dead or Alive.
And when I block, so if I use my talons and block, I'm giving everybody resistances, and then reduces their damage taken instantly.
Gold?
I wouldn't. I mean, I'd pick either Spell Power Cure or Olorime to make gold. I wouldn't make both of them. I would do, like, one of those 2 sets, and then if you were gonna make 3 sets, I'd do, like, Worm.
Olorime is good, Winter. It is.
And then Mending.
Yeah, Olorime is the one. It is. You got an additional thing on that set. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't beat it. I understand what Couch is saying, and I used to kind of feel the same way. Yeah, but that wasn't... When I was saying that before, I thought it would be better, but it's only better in content that doesn't keep your group taking damage and split up. Once your group is, like, running around and people are staying at, like, half health for extended periods of time, you kind of never use the 5-piece of it. You just don't use it often enough. Yet, if Olorime is on the floor, you can clearly see where it is as a DPS or anything that wants to use it. You could purposely go out of your way to make a pass through it, to grab it. So it puts the responsibility on the person that wants the buff, rather than the responsibility on the healer to try to spam her magic more, like, harder, in order, you know, healers are all women, so I refer to her as her. And, you know what I'm saying, right? Right. It's just easier, you know what I mean, to let the DPS run into the thing than have you say, "Oh, where are you? I gotta give you this buff and heal you at the same time. Oops, the first heal didn't work. Let me do another one." Tank's dead. But in easier content, everybody's always at max health. Everybody will always have the buff, and nobody has to worry about walking anywhere. So it's not bad for, like, easier content. Yeah, like that boss we did last night. Not gonna be a Spell Power Cure boss. No fucking way. Especially the 5% reduced damage is so necessary on that one.
If you need something where your breath of life isn't fucking instantly healing somebody when you need it to, Spell Power Cure is going to be your set, because it makes you stronger, period. You will always overheal yourself, which increases your heals. You will always get your buff, and your spell, your breath of life with Spell Power Cure on will hit for thousands more, many thousands more than it will with Olorime on. That's just a simple fact.
Hey, Fat, is your character male or female?
But
Okay.
that's a situational thing still. Like, if you see where you're fucking having trouble and your heal at times aren't healing strong enough and your breath of life isn't healing strong enough, Spell Power Cure is going to do you better than it will do your group, probably. But because you got no recovery bonuses, it's all going to be damage in like all damage bonus set. And none of it's recovery. It's all damage bonus. And you will always overheal yourself, like, for the most part. You're gonna stay out of shit and you're always gonna heal yourself.
Wait, does the Olorime caster get Olorime if she steps in her Olorime?
Only if she runs over to the
okay.
Olorime.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's really
How you doing, TK?
The reason I like Spell Power Cure is it makes gold for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
for one in trials you're gonna need less damage taken. Perfected Olorimes would outperform. It would be so close in numbers to Spell Power Cure's damage bonuses that it does to you. You know what I'm saying? That it would end up being fucking much better. But until I get perfected, I'm not running it.
We'll help you make it gold. Just don't hurt the puppy. I'm only kidding. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll try my best. They're overpriced right now. It's not something that I can do. People are gouging right now in the game as if there's a coronavirus pandemic in Tamriel. It's really fucked up, in my opinion. I don't see any reason why you have to make Drowax 8K instead of the 4K that it always is, other than you're an asshole. And I apologize, AR, if you fall in that category. But my opinion doesn't change simply because you're my friend. He does that sort of thing from time to time. He'll buy all the shit up and then resell it for higher. And then anybody tries to sell it for less, he'll just rebuy it and resell it for higher. And then what will end up happening is the market will change because eventually people will stop putting up for cheaper and be like, well, I can make more money now. And they put it up for the same price he did. So the whole market changes because one person changed it. Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
He is watching. He said yes. But it, you can greatly benefit if you have enough money to invest to do it. You'll become fucking super rich doing that.
Wow.
I think he said you need like 25 million to do it in order to pull it off. Yeah, because if you don't have that much money and you start that endeavor, and then you run out of money,
all your money.
You're gonna just end up sitting on shit and like having not enough, and then people will still sell it for 4K, and you ended up buying it for more than that to try to clean out the market in some places, and then you.
What you need to do is you just for like 3 or 4 days, you buy everything that's under a certain dollar amount, and you put up a bunch of it at them dollar amounts in all these different traders.
Yeah, you gotta have friends help you too, because you can only have 5 guilds
or multiple accounts.
Or yeah, right, exactly. Right.
And so people have 5 different accounts. They just fucking go and put in multiple guilds throughout the entire place. Say they try to get everyone in Gratwood into every guild in Gratwood. Super easy to do. You just go apply to those fucking guilds right at the fucking thing. Look at their name, apply to them. Within minutes, you'll get a response. Pay the fucking fee, put everything on. Boom. Fill Gratwood and a couple other traders right up with shit. that you all bought off of all the same traders, and you're just putting it up for more.
Right. Well, right.
I have one resin, and
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, Hunter, what do you need? You just said you had it. We just... Oh, okay. I did that 3 times in a row while people were waiting for me the other day. It was fucked up. Yeah, I hate when that happens.
no Drolek.
I'll tell you the kind of wax I like. He. TK, what's going on, man? How you doing? TK and then Dead or Alive. How you doing, Dead? They're in here just chilling. Oh, you didn't upgrade the Magnus shoulder, you dumbass. No, that's a good one to make legendary for sure. Well, first of all, whoever told you that the difference between purple and legendary is small is wrong, just so you know. It's the biggest jump in number. If you look at the number that you went from what to what, and you look at the number from purple to legendary, it's a bigger jump to legendary than from blue to purple. And what? Hey, look who's here. It's Dead or Alive. That's okay. That's what I would do. Yeah, I would do the same thing for you. I'm just gonna change it and send it to you, but it's the easiest way to do it. I just had to do that with that flower I was missing just now. Well, not a flower, but you know what I mean. Keep calling it a flower. It's like a tome on a dead guy. Obviously, I got my realities confused, because in my other reality, tomes on dead guys are actually flowers that you hand pretty girls. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. Oh, cool. I changed it recently. How do you like the new look? I know you didn't see the old look. Thank you. Sweet. It's the color of royalty, man. Maybe you're royalty. You know why they used to call people blue bloods? This is a fact, actually. The reason is they used the silverware that was gold and silver. And because they did that, their skin turned blue and purple. And that's where the term blue blood came from. If somebody's skin was blue or purple tinted, they knew they were royalty and they were eating out of gold and silver goblets and plates and shit. Right? Yeah, just like colloidal silver will turn your skin purple or blue if you take it for like 12 years straight in a high dosage. That shit... I don't know. Well, no, it's not good for you because it kills the natural stuff that you need to be living in your body, like cultures and shit like that, right? Yogurt, whatever. But it is good if you're going to get sick. It's actually the only thing that can stop a virus. A lot of people don't know that. What it does is, colloidal silver is basically silver molecules that are suspended. I'm switching back to another character. You got your gear, by the way. Log out, log in, or change zones in order to receive all of the mail. Colloidal silver is electrocuted silver, 24 karat silver, turned into suspended by electromagnetism little tiny pieces of it, like molecule, very, very small microscopic pieces of it, suspended away from each other. And how it prevents the virus from being able to survive is the pieces of silver are so small that they suspend the virus away from itself, and it cannot make more of itself, and so it just dies from half, its natural lifespan, and it prevents the breeding of the virus in your body. So if you take enough of it consistently, the virus can no longer reproduce in your body, and it will just die quicker than normal. So days instead of weeks, shit like that, My father makes his own colloidal silver in the house. He electrocutes two 24-karat silver things in distilled water for like fucking days at a time until the water becomes a certain quantity of silver per water. You know? I know, it's really weird, right? Yeah, that's what JJ had us get for him. Mm-hmm. That's what JJ was using last night. That's that circle. I know, it sounds good for the healer too, right? Yeah, there's so many sets nowadays, it's like, what to use, you know? Alright, so...
You, newcomer, you appear to need direction.
Anybody need anything...
You're in the mark.
Specific? I don't really stock that. I have two that I could send you. Yeah, I don't like the price of it right now. I'm not a fan. It's terrible. Winter, it says you're not online. Alright, I sent you two. I know you need a lot more than that. It's not gonna be easy to get. This girl's name is Mrs. Toasty88. Toasty! What do you mean? Don't have to pull silver. No, there's different sections in the upgrade section. Keep going down. All the shoulder pieces aren't in the same section. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Yeah, they make you look like that shit. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can find somewhat of a good deal on Droax real quick. Something reasonable. Do you know how many more you would need besides 5 million? Well, it's 8 per. And you need how many though? How many pieces? Let's just say you have it. How many would you need? Let's just say you found it. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? Right, okay, alright, so 16, 24. Alright, what you gotta try to find your, like, 24. What, in the bank? Or on the character? There, yeah, keep going down the upgrade list. The list is not... It's broken up into some weird sections, the upgrade list. You'll see what I mean. If you keep scrolling down, it's somewhere in that list for the upgrade section.
Hello there.
I know it's really weird. It is. It's not going to be... It is going to be in something that matches what the thing is, but there's going to be multiple sections for the same part of the body. I can't explain why. Oh my god. 8,300, 8,500, 9,000. It's even worse than it was before. I'm gonna kill you, AR! Shit, I just got caught stealing something. Fuck. Oh, 7,600. God of the Arena at least is fucking being reasonable here. A little more reasonable than everybody else. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got 11 for 7,600. I better run and fucking... I just stole another item? Damn it! This fucking 4K reticle size thing is bullshit. So why do they leave it right on the shelf there? I'm like a kleptomaniac and shit. I feel like Dana Carney's character from fucking Trapped in Paradise. Yeah, go ahead.
Greetings.
You could stick it in the bank for a different character. Like, let's say you make another character. That character's also going to be a magic type character. It's good leveling gear, so it can be used on a different character if you so choose to do so. It's purple, so it's not like you're putting blue shit in the bank, you know what I mean? Purple does cost money. I could have charged, for that next set, I could have charged, like, another 50 to 100, and people would gladly pay. Gladly. Especially 50,000. Just because the purple upgrade material shit is worth that much by itself without somebody making the gear, you know? Yeah. TK, but I didn't hear him that well, so maybe he had the thing where he couldn't hear us. No problem. Just remember, alright?
One day, I will ask for a favor. And it will be a favor you cannot refuse. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, it could be 10 years from now.
That's my speech I used to give way back when. It's been a while since I did that joke.
What are our vaults made?
Well, when you slay your first dragon, you will get from an armor kit. It doesn't take long. It doesn't really take long. They could benefit greatly, because the first rank gives you access to the bank. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. And what that does is you can, like, let's say you have a character, it's going to be your crafter. There's motifs and recipes in the game to teach you to make different styles of armor, but also to teach you how to make different food, but also teach you how to make different diagrams and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, in the guild bank, all we have is shit like those recipes and patterns and motifs. So when you get access to guild bank, you can take like one of each. It'll force you to take the stack when you pull it out. So just use it, and then it'll remove one from the stack, and then just put the stack back. You know what I'm saying? If you don't put the stack back, it looks like you're stealing. So you got to put the stack back. And then you'll be able to learn all this shit for free instead of go hunt it and pay for it. You know what I mean? Yes. I've been watching you closely. Plus, I could always smell your perfume when I go in there.
Greetings.
There we go. Buying these. 1, 2. Oh no! Somebody else bought some of them! These fucking assholes! Fuck, man! I only got like 3. God damn it. It was 2 seconds going to the fucking bank, man. Not more than 2 seconds, but still, what the fuck? I'm going to a different town. Fuck this town. Fucking overcharging motherfuckers.
And Drowax is the easiest one to get, too.
Really fucking stupid. This shit's not worth more than 4,500 at the most for a piece.
People started selling them for the same price as the wood one, which is honestly
The wood used to be the most expensive, yeah.
It's supposed to be the most expensive. It's the hardest one to get.
For most middle-aged men, it's really hard to get wood.
Yeah.
Can I help?
He goes, yeah.
No, I understood.
I'm only kidding, Just because you agree to something doesn't mean you're in that category, alright, Winter? No, it does. It does. No, I'm kidding. Holy shit, this guy is fat. Whoa. Look how fat this guy is. I think you'd actually get a kick out of this real fat and tall. This is the fattest fucking character I've ever seen in this game. What? No. I'll have to show you. There was a game a long time ago called Prince of Persia. A really long time ago. And one of the enemies in the game was a fat fucking guy. And he was really hard too. He's like a really good fat swordsman. But this guy looked like the fat guy from Prince of Persia. Yeah, I'm gonna show you right about now. If there was no fat people in the world, people would just be having like sex all the time, and that would be very disruptive. So there has to be fat people.
You have business here.
Fat people get shit done. When everybody else is out there snogging,
Something I can do.
snogging, alright? Fat people are getting shit done in dark offices or doing overtime. Yeah. It might be a girl character, but it's very hefty. These are like noob prices, like that you trick a new player to giving you his money. Like, dude, the shit's worth like 13k each. I'm giving it to you for 8k. I'm doing you a favor. The guy's like, oh, I guess I don't know better. The Warrior World bosses. Yeah. They vary greatly in how hard they are, and there's no rhyme or reason for them either. Like, there's a pair of fucking tigers in Grotwood that are so fucking strong compared to some of the other ones, but they don't. It shouldn't. I don't know. It's really weird. It's just some of them are just tough as fuck, and then some of them are easy as fuck. Most of them are difficult for a new player though to do it by themselves. That's how you know you're doing good in the game, is if you're beating fucking world bosses' asses and shit. Off of the numbers or off of how fast enemies are dying? Yeah, that's the gear. The gear boosts the numbers. The gear boosts the numbers, and then the champion points will boost the numbers when you get them later. You know the difference between high DPS and low DPS at a certain point. You'll know the difference. Every single enemy in every zone in this entire game is leveled to you, but they're very even across the board. If an enemy in Hrothgar, a regular enemy, takes 8,500 damage from a spell, you could be in Grotwood and hit an enemy with that spell, and it's going to do 8,500 damage on the enemy. So it's very universal, the whole world, as far as enemy taking damage from you. So if you kill enemies really quickly, then you know the person's doing higher damage than somebody who's taking many hits to do it. But not enough like a DPS test on a dummy. That's a whole different thing. People get like a certain number after attacking it for like 2 minutes on a small one, 4 or 5 minutes on a bigger one. That's a whole different thing. That's like later you'll have to worry about that, but not for a long time. Yeah. And you might not even ever have to worry about it in this guild. It just depends, but it helps to practice on the dummy a lot. Anybody that does it ends up doing more damage. Unless, like, take me for example, I already know what it is I have to do, and just hitting something over and over again isn't going to make me faster than I already am, so there's really no point in me doing it. But it's only because I have spent countless hours doing it in the past with other characters and shit, you know. And I know the concept of what my character has to do, so I really don't have to do the DPS test. Honestly, most of the times, you're not standing still. You're moving around and getting out of shit. So the DPS dummy is only really for standing still. Except my house, I got the only dummy where you gotta fucking run around like... you gotta worry about getting killed by shit while you're DPSing the dummy. It's a good test center. I already checked the 3 major cities. If you don't want to pay more, if you don't want to pay 8,100 or more, you're fucked right now. I'm in Ralkal, so if I were you, I would go to the Rift. We gotta do Vardenfell. We gotta do Somerset. We gotta check Markmire. We gotta check Hrothgar. We gotta check Belkarth and Craglorn. Those are the ones I didn't check. In the Rift, if you look at the map, you'll see the traders are outside the town. When you first get in, you gotta kind of go left from the shrine, and then exit the town, and then just run down the road. You'll see it. Riften. It's another place that... Oh, 7,500. I found 2. 7,500 each. Buying them up. And I'm in Ralkal right now. I know, that's expensive, but it's less than what we've been dealing with, so... It's still overpriced. I wouldn't do this for anybody but you, Winter, just so you know. Oh, you and Couch, that's it, just you two. You, Couch, and everybody else that I know for years, alright? Just you guys. Alright, pretty much everybody in the guild, so... Alright, just two, gotcha. How do I live without your wax?
I am back.
Welcome back.
Made a hot pocket.
Hot pockets. Not the center, it's outside the town. You'll see the little symbol on the map. It looks like a... What is that? A shield? No, that's not it. It looks like a... You know what it looks like. The trading symbol. It's like a... It is a shield. It's a different kind of shield, though. It's a shield, but it has a scale in it. You know? A shield with a scale. Okay, I'll send you a picture. I'm gonna look right now. It's southwest to the right of the second way shrine called Skald's Retreat Way Shrine. To the right of that one. And to the southwest of Riften Way Shrine. You just run through the town, and then you exit the southwest exit, and it's right there. They're all in a row near some cages and shit. I found a whole bunch for 8,000 each, which wouldn't seem very fair if it wasn't for 8,500. What pieces do you need, Julianos? Because my woodworking station and my clothing station in my house is both Julianos. Is that what you needed? The body pieces? The only thing is my blacksmithing station is fortified brass. But the other two, they are Julianos. And if you need Julianos and jewelry, I can go to a house right now, you can travel to me, and it'll still let you use it. What happened? Prices? High? Each, though. Right, no.
Oh, monsieur.
No, fuck that.
How
Bullshit.
many pieces? How much more Dro eggs you need?
I got it. Winter, I think I got enough for you. Stop. Right? Just stop, okay? Just fucking stop, okay? Why don't you just go eat? How about that?
You got enough first? Or?
I think I do. I gotta travel because I don't remember what I bought. I'm a fucking idiot.
Alright, count it when you're done, because if not, I'll just buy the rest.
Let's see here. I have 11. Buy 2.
Alright.
Alright, sending it to you now, Winter. Oh, did you? Me or her?
Don't worry about it. Keep it, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you, though. You got it. That's hardcore. She says she's gonna eat, right? So she goes, cooks the food, plays, eats the food, plays. Just don't need to get off the game ever for any reason.
Let's see.
So, if nobody has anything in particular that they want to do at all, specifically, I'm waiting for somebody to say something. Let's take, if you don't mind, let's take Fat through a dungeon.
Yeah.
Of course.
He's under 50, right?
Oh yeah. You can hit level 30
I'll just
first.
jump on my DPS.
Sure. Yeah,
So
it's gonna be.
smash him through some random normals.
He's gonna probably need the quest wherever we go, so we'll make sure it
We'll
doesn't.
have to try to make sure. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. You'll be fine. I know you're gonna get it eventually. It's a little early for you to start throwing money at them like that. You already have enough to do. Trust me.
Yeah. You can get to max level and have enough skill points to do anything in the game, everything on one character, even without even buying the DLCs. So.
Yes. If you do all the content in the game, you got
all
more
the
points than you can
content,
spend.
yeah, then you can spend. So that's what I'll tell you. The dude's got skill points for days on everything.
It might not be true. More than you can spend on a character, but not more than you can put in the game. Because I think that currently there's still room. But if you were to have every single passive and every spell morphed and every single thing, you
Your
would
guild-
still
yeah,
need skill
like
points
if
to
you
do
were
it.
gonna do Mages Guild on a staff
And
character,
Fighters Guild, and Sorting
Yeah.
Board,
My
and
comrades
fucking
look worse than
staves, you would probably
Try to-
not have enough to do everything. But for one type of character, there's definitely enough to fill everything up, including all of your crafting shit, too.
I don't know though, because I got Sword Board maxed out, Heavy Armor maxed out, the two-hander maxed out. I don't have dual wield maxed out though.
Yeah, but
So
then there's
dual wield
staves and
destruction staff. There's dual
Right.
wield destruction staff, resto staff,
Mages Guild.
Mages Guild.
What about Thieves Guild? What about Brotherhood?
Thieves Guild.
What
But
about
those
Legend?
guys, all of those
Yeah, they don't have a
skill
lot.
lines,
Yeah.
they give you enough skills to max those out by doing the skill line.
Oh,
Quest,
do they?
but people use them. People use them Rebel Chains.
Yeah, but I've never heard anybody say they have more skill points than they have places to put it. Like, I've never, even the people that have done
People
everything in
stop
the
farming
game.
it after they need them. Don't
Like,
need them no more.
maybe. It's a really good question, actually.
If you had every single Sky Shard, all the fucking missions in Cyrodiil done for their quests, all the zone quests, the main storyline done 3 times. There's a lot to do, man.
There's 366 skill points in the game. To date.
366. That's
To date.
an insane amount of farming skill points. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
that's a lot of skill points.
It's a fuck load. Alright, so there's probably just shy of enough to do whatever you want. To do everything on one character. Because most skill lines will eat up a solid 10 points, no problem. 20 points almost. In 10 skill lines, you've used up almost 200 of those 300 points.
I'm trying to find out how many skill points it takes to fill everything.
No, I wonder if anyone's ever even done the math to find out.
Oh, now this.
I've got to send you 2 more. I gotta leave the zone I'm in and get it in my
Okay,
map.
listen to
So,
this shit. It would
I'm
take
allowed
517 skill points to have everything, but there's only 368 in the game currently.
So there's like 140 skill points missing.
That's fucking crazy, dude. That's a lot of fucking skill lines, man. Jesus Christ. 500 something. That's ridiculous.
True, a lot of skill lines I've never even seen still. Like,
My other character has over 300, and she didn't even do any of the fucking download content in the game at all. If it's
wonder-
not over, it's right near 300. Right near it. This one
I
has a lot
wonder-
too, fuck.
how up to date that thing was, though, that you just checked to see how many skill points there's.
The
in game.
366 was too shy from being completely up to date. It's 380. It's 368 now.
Oh,
Currently, yeah. There'll be more as they release more things. All
But
right,
that'll just give
You
more
made it to
skill
30?
lines, too, most of the time.
cool.
Alright, I'm gonna log out, log
Right.
back on.
Now
my
listen,
staff
now make
character and then
Absolutely.
send you that stuff.
Now, now make sure when you're putting the gear on, you don't accidentally leave on one of the lower level other pieces. I always start at the top and work my way down, piece by piece, starting with the main hand weapon. This way, you can't really miss it because you're going in some sort of order.
Hello.
Winter, do you wanna just mess around in like a normal, very very easy dungeon, just to do a dungeon with Fat? He's new to the game and stuff.
I'm not sure
Yeah, if you
what
want
we're
to.
allowed
It's
to
going to be
eat
couch
anymore.
me fat.
The Dominion's got all
And then
these
it's just a
rules.
normal rand. You don't even, you can just like have like one hand on the controller most of the time. It's not going to matter. Yeah, it's not
Oh,
even.
for sure. Look through all your
You,
boxes.
you're not really supposed to take shake and bake into fucking normal low level dungeon runs and shit, but we're gonna do it anyway.
The powers that be forbid it.
In Haven,
It's like bringing a race
General
car to a
Indara's
drag
Jade
queen
Dragoons
contest.
would throw them into the sea.
If she was there, but they marked
It just doesn't work.
completely
Yeah,
unattended.
it's not.
General Indare is a hero.
People are like, why is that
There's no
race
way
car
she's
here?
better than Haven.
It pulls up rolling.
And next on the stage, Tesla's new model.
Dude, Tesla's cars are smoking things on the drag strip, though. They're like the new fastest cars. People with gas motors won't even race. Don't even like racing.
I don't like the guy.
Motors.
Everybody likes that guy. I don't like him. I'm not. Yeah,
Listen,
but I don't know, man.
I don't know about Elon Musk. I feel like he sold out to the government. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But
listen, the things that he says too, his attitude about things. He's
some
very
things
like,
that he says is completely fucking illogical, and he's just crazy.
and it seems like he feels like he's above everyone else.
The only well, yeah, you know why? Because he couldn't get a government loan to help him fucking build his car business, but fucking Ford and Chrysler and Dodge, they get $1 million buyouts every single year just to keep their business going, and they just keep fucking us by giving us shitty ass economic cars. And he wants to give us the most economically logical car to run, and no one will fucking help him. He had to work that up. He sold flamethrowers on eBay to get money to be able to do what the fuck he needed to do. He had to fucking change the name of. Yeah, he couldn't get help from motherfuckers when he asked for help. That's why he's the way he is. He says, fuck all you guys, I am the man.
Yeah. Alright, Dad, we'll see you later. Yeah, but, there's...
He's the only one that's working. He won't even put gas in his idea for vehicles.
You'll like
You know what's funny is Nikola Tesla was planning on doing that fucking 80 years ago, 60 years ago. Oh, that's I mean, listen, no one got to see what he was really gonna do, man. The stuff he was gonna do we actually have now, and I've seen the future weapons showed it on their thing, and like it was just like a year ago or so. And they laser beam shit out of the fucking sky, dude. Like, they shot this airplane, and they have two modes for it. One mode, it costs them like 2 cents to fire it. And it takes like 7 seconds, and it'll fucking, the plane catches on fire, right? Then there's instant mode, where they shut down the power to the East Coast, and fucking, boom! This thing just instantly blows the fuck up airplane. Done. And it's just a laser. And that's just what they were willing to show us that they can do. You know what I'm saying? That was like future weapons. Them saying, hey, we got this. You know what I'm saying? The fucking shit they really have is like 20 years ahead of whatever we think we're at. Well, listen, I mean, they have to fucking guard this stuff, this knowledge that they have. You can't have the best and the most powerful and the most advanced anything and let people know what you're doing, you know, because otherwise someone else is going to take your ideas. It's not a matter of them wanting to hide it from the American people as much as it is wanting to hide it from the Russians and China.
So
North
they have to
Korea.
hide it from they have to hide this information from
And
everyone,
Iran.
or everyone has this information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Iran. Like if the enemies have the same weapons we
Any
got
government
because
who
we let them
kills
know.
its own people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't want those people having it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't give them the power to push a button and fucking blow people up instantly.
A lot of people don't realize how, you know, the rest of the world, not those countries we just mentioned, how seriously different the mentality is in those other countries, dude. If you do something wrong, they do things to you that would seem like something out of a movie from like 1,000 years ago. They'll like straight chop your fucking arm off for stealing something in some places.
Yeah,
and that shit is
you
like
lose your
old
left hand.
news,
Lose
dude.
your
That's
left hand and shit.
There's no way that that's worth the crime when you're starving and you grab something because your body is telling you have to eat or you're gonna die. There's no way that's worth the crime. There's no way. But they still do it, and we don't want them to have a giant laser, because what do you think you're going to do with it? If that's the way they treat themselves, what are they going to do to other people that they don't like? Our policies.
Dude, I watched this thing, man. I'm on to it, this conspiracy theory. I was watching Ancient Aliens last night, dude, and this guy said he was fucking abducted by aliens, right? Not really abducted, but like they asked him to come on, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." And so they told him to build this thing, right, that would rejuvenate the cells in living organisms. And he fucking campaigned for like 20 years doing UFO conferences and fucking asking for donations, and he took those donations and he started building this thing. Right? He tells people he's 95% complete. It's going to be done in 2 weeks. He builds it right next to this thing called Giant Rock, which is like the biggest fucking megalithic rock. It's like just a natural granite rock, but it's the biggest freestanding granite boulder, solid one-piece granite boulder.
Okay.
That we know of in the planet. But either way, nonetheless, he fucking gets 95% done, says he's 2 weeks away from fucking its first run. He's got a fucking appointment to meet with this fucking journalist to talk about his fucking project and so on, because he's about to reveal how his shit works and everything, like the science behind it. And this dude knew Tesla, by the way. Like, he was friends with Tesla. He talked to him regularly and shit like that, and he incorporated some of Tesla's engineering shit, like his stuff, into this thing. But nonetheless, he dies 2 hours before his fucking interview of a heart attack, and he had no previous medical conditions, right? And so when his wife found him dead, all his medical paperwork at the place where he was going to meet this people was all ransacked and stolen, all of his fucking documents and everything that had to do with this thing. And then when she went to the funeral, the fucking house was her house was broken into. They stole the fucking the two main components of the thing that weren't put into it yet, of this machine that he built. And all of his fucking paperwork was stolen. And there was recently declassified documents that the FBI was following him and watching him for 30 fucking years. They fucking went to every single rally he went to. They were in the fucking crowd watching this motherfucker, and then they killed him right before he fucking was about to reveal the information that the secret fucking government doesn't want you to know about, that they've fucking been doing. People say they've been seeing pictures of people fucking way back in the day, and then them at the same age right now, and really, the only reason it's not even time travel, they fucking got a rejuvenation technology that's not even new. This dude said,
you mean like Matthew Broderick and Nicolas Cage?
Maybe, yeah, something like that. But nonetheless, either way, it was crazy. And there's real science behind it, and now they've actually figured out that you can actually do some form of rejuvenation. This is in the past 30 years, they figured out that electricity does rejuvenate cells, but they don't know what to what effect or anything, because at a molecular level, cells are just electricity. So this thing was basically, he said, designed to recharge your cells to maximum capacity because as your cells get older, they die. They lose electrical fucking connectivity or whatever.
Well,
Conductivity.
you don't have the same cells. They recycle.
They
You
recycle.
create new ones, and the old ones die. But the new ones that you create, every single one is weaker and weaker your entire life practically. After a certain
So
point,
he's
they're
like
weaker and weaker.
basically recharge it, and then as the cells keep dividing, they divide newer, like
Younger
healthier,
cells, and then
younger
you'd never
cells.
age. It's true. The only reason why you age is because your DNA starts to break down, and it comes in the cells in broken form. Like, older you get, the more broken the DNA and the cells are.
But
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
basically, the way this thing worked was it was a huge fucking dome-shaped wooden structure. It was all wood, no nails, because nails conduct electricity, you know? So it's completely non-grounded, and wood doesn't conduct electricity, and it insulates electricity, so it doesn't let it get out, but it doesn't catch it and force it to go somewhere else, you know, like metal would. Metal would just absorb it and send it to the ground.
Right.
So it basically is just a resonator of electricity that you'd be in, and he said you'd walk in one door, it would be turned on, you'd walk in one door and go counterclockwise in one rotation around it, and you'd come out with 30% younger cells. Not that you would be 30% younger that day, but your
You'll
cells
notice
would
it
be
over a little time.
over a little time as your cells start developing. He said that you would, and like there's only one person left alive that's ever worked hand in hand with him, and he's trying to finish his fucking project, but he doesn't know because the dude didn't share all of the information, and there's two missing components that he never even got to see that we're about to get put in within the next couple days. And they got stolen by the feds. They're pretty sure.
Ancient Aliens is like the video version of the tabloids, in a way.
Kinda.
Because there's none of it that they're saying.
They gave a couple different options for what they used straight up facts. This dude died.
Think about it. They're accusing the government of killing him.
They didn't really say that the feds killed him, though, either. They leave that up to your idea. They fucking killed... The government kills everybody who has any knowledge of anything. I mean, any really super increased...
It depends on how dangerous that knowledge is to mass
spread.
That
knowledge is to have spread, exactly. Yeah. And that kind of knowledge, that's when I believe it, is if someone says, like, oh, because, like, the guy who fucking invented the best carburetor that's ever been seen ever in existence died. He's dead fucking right after.
But if you catch the president sleeping with a hooker, they're not going to kill you over that.
No, hell no.
No.
That's damning to you only. Oh no, I just logged in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's only over things that are above government and above presidents, because there are things that are more important than the whole economic system to a certain people that we don't know what their names are, who the fuck they are. You know,
Illuminati is what I'm trying to say, I guess. They're controlling the world, you know. Where is Shag? I haven't seen him in a while.
I've been trying to invite you guys.
Is this fucking Druax not in my fucking inventory?
Alright, couch. I invited you 9 times. 9.
Oh, I accepted it a minute ago. It said busy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not busy. Alright.
And I just accepted it again. It ain't done. Oh, there it is. Maybe my bank.
Alright, Winter, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back to invite you. Whenever you're ready.
Some stuff out of my mail, I think. Oh yeah, I had to delete stuff out of my mail. It must have been full.
I don't seem to be making much progress.
I'm so glad I live in the fucking country, though. I'm out in the sticks. Oh, my kids can go outside, dude. I can play. My kids got swing sets, trampoline. I got a fucking huge-ass yard. Oh, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. My brother. Oh damn! So a minute you been in it, eh? My brother just got out. He's got like 6 years of parole. 7 years or something like that. There we go. I finally got it. People play Dungeons and Dragons in prison? Yeah, I was gonna say, my brother was in some really shitty fucking prisons, dude. Like, they call one of them, Little Iraq, and they call it, they also call it Gladiator School. They call it, Little fucking something else too. It's wicked bad. There's like fucking five people a week dying, at least. From other inmates and guards. Oh, that happens. Yeah, I mean, it does. It's... I sent it. I sent it. I sent it. Out of rubber gloves and like toilet paper roll. Yeah, or yeah, yeah. I don't know, worm, mending, well, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You gold it out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah. My dad got me an Atari when I was like fucking 3 years old. I played on multiple different Ataris, then I jumped up to like Sega. I think I started on the regular Sega before the Genesis came out. It didn't say Genesis, I don't think. I think it was just a regular Sega. Yep. And then I was like the Nintendo 64. Oh, I played this game Banjo-Kazooie and then Zelda. I loved Banjo-Kazooie. I fucking would play it right now, honestly. I fucking love that game. I've been trying to fucking get it for my kids for a minute, but it's super expensive. It's like $100 for the fucking game. It's crazy. And people want more than $100 for the fucking Nintendo 64 that was $60 when it first came out. Oh, he went to go get coffee or something. He'll be back relatively soon. Big tungsten rods. Listen, that theory's been out for a while before those satellites even came into existence, okay? Like, now those satellites are really there, but that theory's been there for a long time. There's actually documentation that kind of fucking backed it up a little bit. To drop them on anyone you want, and no one can stop it. You can't fucking... The lasers that we've designed will stop a nuke in the air, okay? But you can't stop a tungsten steel rod. they're actually worried because they don't know what it's going to do, because meteorites are composed of like multiple different materials, so most of the time they break apart, right? A tungsten steel rod's not even going to fucking melt in the atmosphere. It's going to hit the earth, and they said that it might... Oh, you're fine. Get up. Get up. You just scared yourself. But they think it might puncture through right straight through the fucking crust and like cause a volcano, like eruption right there. Yeah, they think that that might happen. If they it's the only. They said it'll be more devastating than any nuke that we could that we could ever drop. The force it'll hit for is like harder than any fucking nuke that we could ever drop anywhere. But they said that if they dropped it, it would hit anywhere they wanted it to with pinpoint accuracy almost for within a couple seconds. Just well, it's us putting it in the outer space, so we ain't dropping it on ourselves, you can guarantee that.
I'm not sure I like
if anything, it'll be a Hiroshima and Nagasaki fucking situation. Where we try the new weapon out and it just turns out to be too devastating and we can't ever use that again either.
Well, the Earth is a lot bigger than you think it is. That's all I gotta say to that. It's not big enough for what you're talking about. It's gotta be more than 10 tons. That's not big enough. The Earth is really.
It's
really
not going to
big.
destroy the Earth, but it could fucking punch a hole right straight through the crust. The crust is only a mile deep or something like that. That's the thing, is meteors don't usually break up because most of the time they're made up of like ice and all this other bullshit. So they fucking hit that stress of hitting the atmosphere and they start to break apart. And
Well,
they get too hot
there's one thing you're not taking
like
into
that.
account.
Tungsten steel has the highest melting rate of any fucking almost any metal in the world, and it's the most dense. So it's the heaviest by volume. And the fucking one of the highest melting temp metals in the world, so it will blast right through the atmosphere and hit the Earth at full speed.
Mass is power, though, and mass times inertia is power.
Mass is only equivalent to the fucking density by fucking volume is mass. So
yes, of course, but the size of the Earth, and he's saying the baseball-sized meteor thing.
Oh, it probably wouldn't just, like I even said, even that 10-ton thing's not going to
I know you must have heard it somewhere reputable and shit like that, but that's just not the way physics works.
They think that it might punch right through the fucking 1 mile of crust, though, the 10-ton tungsten steel.
Yeah, but even if it did, it would be like a micro needle in a fucking beach. You know what I'm saying? The Earth is so fucking big.
So huge, yeah. It just might ruin a fucking most of a country or something like that. But it ain't gonna fucking end the world.
What's the matter?
You know what I'm saying?
I've done more than hear about it, Nadia. I've seen it myself.
Yeah, but it can either only be in the bank or on that character.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have another character to be on, right?
It would be, oh no.
Right.
That it would really be able to affect is if it threw a lot of dirt in the air, you know, like clouded out the sun for a while. That's even worse than the nuclear damage. Like any nuke that we drop on the planet, the biggest fear of dropping the biggest nukes we have is literally just the amount of dust that it will put in the air and for how long.
Radioactive dust too can travel around the world.
beyond the radiation, the nuclear fucking winter theory is that, like, you will drop a bomb on the Earth that puts a bunch of dust in the air, and then the sun's blacked out for a few years. What happens to everything when the sun's blacked out for a few years? It dies.
Yeah, I don't think you understand how many nukes that would take, though.
It doesn't take that much. We already seen a slight effect from it from the small nukes we dropped, and the nukes we have now are hundreds and thousands of times stronger than the nuclear weapons we dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hundreds and thousands of times stronger. If we dropped one of the nukes we have today, it would be fucking devastating to the entire population. Not in an immediate effect, but over the coming months.
Holy shit, this person's name is Whoopi Goldberg. No, it's Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, that's funny. Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm not sure I like how different things are.
Alright.
It's odd. Oh, come on! You're a gatherer. How has their being here affected you at all?
It's flat side down, Couch. You wanted to show the entire world? It's the fucking city that was raised in the air by Ultron in Avengers 2. That's the size that has to hit the fucking planet, you know what I'm saying? That's way more than 10 tons. That's like fucking, dude, unmeasurable amount of tons, that city. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even, but as far as weight goes, it's almost not even that matters, because like a 100 million ton rock can fall towards the earth and it'll just blow the fuck up in the air, most of it.
Even if the rod goes in the earth and pokes a hole and goes right to the
pieces,
and goes right to the center, the earth will close up on itself. Yeah, it might create some sort of anomaly there involving some sort of volcanic activity, but the first thing that would happen after the hole was created is erosion would start to occur over some time, and then the earth would just seal itself up like a piece of skin that got damaged. It would just heal. It wouldn't just stay there like that forever.
Be exposed to air forever. It's just gonna fucking harden up and fucking create a band-aid.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it seems like it is. The physics,
probably do some earthquakey shit from fucking jostling around the inside of the earth.
There's some physics that are discussed in theory that people take seriously a lot, that are still just being discussed in theory, and a lot of the stuff you're talking about, it's not in practice, it's just what we think. But there's also the other side of that. There's other scientists that are saying it takes a lot more than what we think, but at the same time, the system we live in is actually kind of delicate to support us life-wise. So it doesn't take a lot, like it has to immediately kill everybody. To kill everybody over a short period of time, like let's say 40 years, there would be no life anymore. That can happen from smaller adjustments, like the water in the ocean right now is heating up at a rate of like fucking 50, what was it? What was the rate again? Fucking 50,000 Hiroshima bombs per second is the rate that it's heating up in the ocean. But the reason why it seems like it's not heating up is because the ocean's so fucking big that they wouldn't have that much of an effect, that many fucking Hiroshima bombs in the ocean. But it is heating up as if that's happening currently. That's global warming. So the Earth is going to become hostile to us, for sure, if we keep dicking around and fucking doing messed up stuff. Not in my lifetime or your lifetime, though.
Your resto staff should be healing.
The back of the front bar.
The front bar, the one that
healing
you're doing
bar.
Healing on. It should be the healing one.
The
and
increases healing.
Your other one, depending. Powered. Yep.
Infused.
Usually it's infused, preferred. sorry. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's awfully sad that we still drive around in gas vehicles when.
Holy
and everyone talks about Tesla vehicles lighting on fire. Okay, the percentage of Tesla vehicles that have lit on fire compared to the amount of them that haven't far outweighs the amount of gasoline vehicles that light on fire every year by percentage. The gasoline vehicles light on fire for all kinds of different reasons. I couldn't tell you how many of my friends' cars have lit on fire. It just happens. Gasoline's flammable, and electricity is fucking spark capable, and it's just fucking, you got a bunch of moving metal creating sparks all the time. If a fucking muffler falls and you got a gas leak, you got a fire. If you fucking use starter fluid to try to start your car and you didn't wait for it all to evaporate, you can fucking have a fire. It's just, there's so many ways for a gas car to light on fire, and people are like, oh well, a couple of batteries have caused some problems, you're gonna have to fucking call that out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Alright, you got quite a few options here, Real Fat. Quite a few dungeons open to you. I'm looking at the list. Just at your level, you got a lot of options. I'll just queue up for random. Winter, can I queue? Yeah. I don't know why.
Yes, very interesting.
Oh, I can't look for anything.
I hate to tell you this, but in both of your fucking scenarios, the shit isn't there. Specifically in Elder Scrolls Online, there's an error where sometimes gear will take on the name of a different piece of gear, and you will never fucking see that you actually have the gear you're looking for. And the only way to fix it is if you log out, log in, or crash the game and come back. So every time she does log out and log in and go on the other character, she ends up finding it because the fucking error disappears. Okay? That's one thing having to do with gear. And as far as the real life thing goes, I absolutely have put shit down and it went missing. And then it just appeared back where it was after the fact for no fucking reason. That's just slipping in and out of different fucking universe realities, I guess.
I seriously have felt like that's happened to me so many times in my life. No joke, I feel like that's happened to me so many times.
And it'll be back where you put it. The interdimension. Yeah. Infused.
Infused most of the time is the optimal option.
Because you're gonna do the buff that removes armor, right? Like the tank, or no?
Either that or reduces weapon damage, and it makes it so they hit less. But yeah, either or. It's Crusher usually though, which reduces.
No, well, not really. No. No, but if you're in Cyrodiil, you can claim something in the name of the guild, and then all the guards and the people there wear the tabard, and you can even use the guild store if you're not in the guild and buy shit from in Cyrodiil at the guy at the place that you take. I know, it's pretty cute. Is that frozen blood on your pants? Or are you just happy to see me? I don't know. So, you ready? You need to send them an email, open a ticket, and tell them that shit keeps going missing, and they need to fix it.
You have it.
And it comes back after you log out and log in, and it's wasting your timey You're very upset about it. It's a very nice, strongly worded letter. Don't do what I do and just tell them I'll see you in the parking lot.
Whatever.
Well, don't do that. Sorry, all I'm hearing is I don't give a flying fuck about my wife's feelings. Come on, man, they're dolls. You don't need them. You need her, not them. That's my advice. That's what a real man gives you as advice, not like your douchebag friends that are like, fuck her, bro. Buy whatever the fuck you want, bro. Shit, who's the king of the castle, bro? You know, bro, you're not wearing the pants, bro? You gonna let her fucking get angry at you over that shit, bro? Here's it to you, bro. Listen to me, bro. Withhold sex, bro. That'll get her. Can't be that. He's underage. Do what you gotta do to continue your quest, Rio.
The High Kinlord's power has grown. He would not have been able to escape our predecessors as he has escaped.
Don't miss out on doing the quest
We
objectives.
need to go after him.
Stay down.
Make sure you do the quest objectives.
If the others yet live, we should find them, then deal with Rilis. If we can. He has
You might have already done this one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much one of the starter ones anyway. Alright.
If you ever did a random dungeon, you're gonna wind up doing this one.
Go ahead, Couch. Get the other one.
Alright, I'll wait on this chest.
What delightful folly is this? The keepers have enlisted an outsider to face me.
There we go. Now that's a pull. That's for opening the door and scaring those kids. Is there? Alright, let's go. There's also a heavy side.
I actually forgot about that chest. I was gonna open it. I didn't even see what kind it was, and then I realized we were about to do the double deal.
There's There's a chest there, real fat. Right here, fat. And then if you look on this rock over here, there's this thing called a heavy sack. Heavy sacks have a chance of giving you stuff that's worth a lot of money. Low chance, but still, you also get other stuff that's useful. They're very unique that they give you certain things, like materials and shit like that, you know. You can also get Kuda, which is worth a lot each, and I've even seen a picture of somebody getting 10 Kuda once. Although the most I ever gotten was 5 at one time. 5. But Kuda is the legendary material required for legendary enchantments.
Maranil! Arudor! See to him!
By the Empyrean light. Let's hope he lives.
You don't take food, you eat food. Hey, you're the school teacher, right? Not me. Can you sign your name with sign? Oh, shit. So you're saying it was an assignment? Ha 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 ha, he. Master of Disguise level 20 jokes. Yeah, me? Alright, fine. Here's what I do to people that come after me. Alright.
Over there, Verona. We found her.
Mine!
I see her. Let's hope she lives.
Too fast for you, that's it. What'd you find?
The little restoration magic.
Oh, I thought you meant your staff.
Considering how to handle the High Kinlord.
Wait, and there's another chest besides that chest? Oh, you found it. I should let you open it. Yeah. Good luck at that. Couch found the last one. Did you let him open that one? High five, Couch. Oh, no, wait. Coronavirus. It's the only way that I can raise my regiment. Winter's got a mod on her game where she tells the game how much percentage of her heal goes to each person. So she like tweaks it so only 30% of her heals get me. Every chest I take is another 5% off.
Oh, I wish that you could actually do that. That'd be kind of a unique level of...
Oh yeah, you can like turn it up on the tank, turn it down.
Yeah, or turn it down depending on how tanky your tank is and whatever, you know. Increases the heals to your DPS or to your tank. Be kind of dope.
It would.
But then, in 3-man groups, when they're queuing for a 4th, they turn the heals off on them.
You know how you're supposed to do that fight? The Sunspire fight on Vet? You're supposed to have the two tanks there, and one of the 2 tanks, it's guarding the other tank. And then the damage is not so bad from the fucking breath shit or whatever. But nobody ever does it that way, because they're just like, yeah, and blast through it. And then go fuck. Wait, you gotta read the scroll. I tricked myself. I just didn't believe that we could be doing something. Oh no, you're gonna die on my stead. Drop that fucking sun on top of his goddamn head.
How amusing.
It looks like a fucking 10-ton tungsten rod.
Protects me from death.
Ignore his words.
Alright, so if you're not on the quest, that was a little bit too fast for my liking.
What are you not doing?
Just a little bit.
Oh, I do so love
No, this one, I think you might have did already. This is not.
This isn't as grand as the spells
You're not on
learned
the quest
from
rail, right?
Daedra.
No.
But I don't expect much from mortal. Remember, children, you'll never keep me here of your
The 2
own
DPS must agree to that. That's real and couch.
Perhaps you'd fare
Go to your
better
notification
if you
and
had
agree to the
Daedra on
dungeon.
your side.
The notification is located when you press options near the top.
Madness nears delirium. Ignore
Ah,
him, keepers. Find the High Kinlord.
By the light in the keepers of the
Oh no, I was trying to get back out of the menu so I could see if you guys queued for another one.
Oh, my, it looks like you've won. Old Relis's days of freedom are over.
I have that up.
that's alright. Only less than 5. Get ready for the queue in 5.
To achieve coherent thought.
It's gonna let me do it.
We'll have to watch him
Now.
carefully.
Go. No, why? God damn it, man. Somebody disagreed. Didn't want to
It's
go.
because you press circle. If you're in your options and you
I-
press circle instead of X,
I didn't
it
do
fucks
that.
it up.
Alright, we'll try it
No,
again.
not you. I'm
Oh.
saying if someone was in there.
Get
Start
ready
menu.
to agree to the queue and do nothing other than agree to the queue. Holy shit, Caps was right. Somebody has been doing it the whole time, and I thought it was an error in the game, but it's actually been a player doing that to me.
And what it is if someone's in
Yeah.
their inventory
And they're backing out, it'll fucking immediately
gives you
cancel
the-
it, right?
Yeah, because you have, it says X or circle,
Right.
right? Circle declines, X accepts, but it's like in a small box in the top left. So if you're just looking at your inventory and you're trying to back out to get to the press start to queue, you fucking instantly decline it instead.
He's definitely gonna need this quest. You ever been here before, Rio? You ever see this place? He is, but he keeps going off mic. Can you hear me? Oh, there he is. Yeah, you gotta take the quest. I know you've been here before or no? Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Alright, we can do it quick then. We'll show it to him when we get there. See if he did. Alright, so everybody just run to the first boss then. We'll show you how we do it if we know there's no quest for sure. Just go past them, don't attack them. And they'll follow us to the boss, and then we kill the boss and them at the same time. God, bears. Me and Couch are gonna fake tank, the fake aggro for no taunt. Unless you have a taunt, I don't know.
No.
You can eat some food, or I can give you some and then you can take it. Look at all these bears, holy shit. We should have killed them over here and there would have been even more bears. The bears, next time. Alright, so the lore book, if you didn't get it last time you were here, which will raise your Mage's Guild, very important, is right here. It was a purple book that you read. Oh, looks like you didn't have it. Nice. Good job, Hunter. Alright, we're going to the next boss, so continue to run, don't attack, please.
What are you, cold?
Oh,
65 degrees.
Real no. Why?
Any higher than that, and I'm hot.
Winter, yeah. No, you're there. Just feel fat because he's gonna take the most damage. Feel fat because he's gonna need a triple bypass. Ooh, an explosion. Alright, you must continue your quest here, I believe. Oh, he's not on the quest. Sorry. Just go straight to the next boss, please. Real fat, why don't you go run ahead of me, please? Go. Keep going. Go. Go. Where is he? Go. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Turn right. Keep going. Turn left. Keep going. I'm going all the way to that back room. Good job. Good job. Yeah. It's a good new player.
Come right over here. Oh.
Alright, this is what we call mass fucking extinction level event, alright? Alright, so we gotta drop. Are you gonna touch the speaking stone here, Fat? Please? Couch, wait. I'm shooting it. I'm shooting it. Oh no, wait. You don't have to. You're not on the quest. Fuck. Forget that, sorry.
No. Gate to the crypt is locked. Probably opened by the pair of pressure plates here. And me with no companion. Regrettably, yet to explore the summit.
I feel like I'm slapping a baby. Heavy sec. I don't see here. Okay. Nice. More stuff that I'm gonna forget to sell. I'm gonna go through my crafting bag and liquidate for gold. That phone, that game I found for the phone, Winter, is fucking unbelievable. It's phenomenal. It's actually like an MMO. Like, honest to God, fucking MMO. I can't believe it. There's like a chat box and everything that you can talk to the world, the zone or whatever. Really? Yeah, I can't believe it. It's the first game I've ever... Actually, I didn't know this when I downloaded it, but it's the #1 free game on app phones right now. #1 free game. It's called Dragon Raja or some shit like that. But I could tell that this game, if not made by the same company, definitely is using the same game engine, platform, and everything in order to run this game, because the character creation screen has the exact same options that the other games do. Example of other games: Black Desert Online, Blade and Soul. So I think that they're using like the same layout type of thing. You know what I mean? It's just a different story, and it's a little bit of a different setup. But you can see clearly that the options are the same when you make your characters. Very good game.
Right, too.
Yeah, like, you know, like depict what your pupil looks like, and you can make your pupil look like a heart, believe it or not. And that's something that's associated with the game Blade and Soul, Yeah, it's just for the phone. You just gotta have a really... Right, Black Desert 2, you can make it like a heart as the pupil, right. That's a signature, like, Korean game thing, where all their current Korean game contents are using the same character creation layout, and it's considered one of the most detailed character creation layouts you can have. And, you know, the randomize button is there for you to use and everything. My character is, like, fucking ridiculous, man. My character looks like fucking Kim Kardashian, man. You can't make characters look like that in this game. Yeah, why not? Go ahead. Too late. Hey, Fat. You want to save some fucking enemies for the rest of us? No, I'm only kidding. Yeah. No, it's not. You're supposed to. Until you don't get it, it's a guy thing, alright? It's like saying, hey, save some for us, you know?
I remember being in school and telling people at the drinking fountain, save some for the fishes.
Right.
Get the fuck out of the drinking fountain.
You know damn well that the fishes aren't drinking that fucking water, right?
No, they'll die.
Thank you for clarifying the joke, Michelle. I feel like I'm going to be sleeping with the fishes. Alright, this is not working out too good as far as getting him a freaking skill point from a dungeon he hasn't done. Have you just been doing dungeons constantly?
Oh.
Everybody's asking about the 116 DPS. So here's what we're gonna do. Since that shit didn't work, we're gonna take him to a place manually that he's never been. Have you ever been to White Gold Tower?
He said he had. He'd be right back.
Okay, I'm going to White Gold Tower. Because he doesn't have the DLC contents, but that comes with the game now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Making the way you were today takes everything you got. Sometimes I wanna go wherever I know your name. And I glad you can.
Yes?
We'll do one more dungeon for him, and then everybody can get back to their other stuff.
Oh, I gotta go spread some fucking tick shit on the yard.
Yeah, fuck those ticks.
Yeah.
I hate them.
I say. I hate them.
Terrible animal, dude. Travel to us, Mior Winter. Mm-hmm.
I'll try to get my lawnmower started. Hopefully it starts right up. It's starting up in the wintertime, so.
Anybody else have the problem where then when they first take out their banker or the merchant, the fucking thing like moves away from you and goes behind you and cancels
the
thing? Why the fuck did they do that shit, man?
Yeah, it just kicked me out of my banker just in...
Wait. Wow. Oh, everybody's here. Okay. Alright, you definitely haven't been here, Real. Right? Real?
We've had our differences, but when have you ever known me to be wrong?
It should be giving you a quest right here. She talks for a minute and then it pops up.
Yes, I suppose that's true. A few more moments then.
Look, this is the fucking Empress, dude. This is the actual Empress. Yeah. You know what the Empress is, right? It's supposed to be higher than all three of the leaders of the three factions. Yeah, it's supposed to be the highest of the high. Clivia Tharn. Notice how her name is Tharn. Is there another Tharn that you know? Right. She's related to him. He's related to the Empress. Did you get a quest? Sweet. Alright, let's go.
Where's like fucking A?
Skill point incoming. Just a little food for thought. You see this water here that Couch just fell into? It's not water. It's actually what you can call Daedric birthing goop. What happens to Daedra when they die is they turn into that gooey shit, and then eventually they just get respawned and come back to life. You can never really truly kill them forever. That's why they're immortal. And all that goop you see in all Cold Harbor areas is actually the dead Daedra in liquid form before they respawn. It is gross, and Couch just fell in too. That's the fucked up part.
You will die as the Imperial Legion.
Couch is like, it's a bit nutty. Oh, I want to even take a look at. Alright, fine. We can. I guess we can stack. There we go. You can move on if you want. No. I'm just trying to converge two groups. Little convergence going on. Don't use ultimates, I know you're gonna be tempted. Whoa! Even on normal, he almost fucking killed me. See? No, the big guy. How would you almost kill me? No, no. No, he got me with something you can't dodge around. It's like a frontal cone type thing. Oh, dodge rolling. Is it the same way on this? Is it the same way you do it, or no? It's different. Oh, is it really? That's cool. That's my Glacial Colossus. It makes the enemy take like 30% more damage. And this H&R gives a buff to the caster and the player when activated synergy happens to the activator and him that does like what, 20% more damage, Cash?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So the two together are like 50%.
It's pretty big. Pretty big damage.
What character do you play again? Why don't I remember anything? What are you? Real? Yeah, what class? You have this sun thing. Yeah.
That does solid damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has a morph that makes the synergy do more too. I've done like 40k with that fucker. Actually, I've done 40k with the fucking talents. So I wonder what that would do in that same group.
Those rifts or be overwhelmed.
It's supposed to be marsh. If your screen turns blue, it means you have to attack the portals that are releasing the enemies.
They're like little white clouds that are just not enemies. White clouds.
Right. Dobby likes Harry Potter!
Dobby was always
I want to see, yeah, right? Yeah, right. I want to see Celebrity Deathmatch, Dobby versus Dobby versus fucking Jar Jar Binks.
Dobby's like magic as fuck, so he'd just be like, snap.
When did Jar Jar turn Sith? Am I missing something? Comics? Obviously that happened after the Jar Jar we saw in the movie, right? Right, okay. I never heard about that. Jar Jar Binks as a Sith Lord. Jesus.
He's fucked up, Sith Lord.
Hold! The scroll is here.
Where? There's nothing.
Oh, he's crazy.
This is where I left it. Give me a moment. You'll
Never
see.
offer no forgiveness!
He's stupid.
The Elder Scroll.
These are tense.
Don't touch it.
If you're not with us, you're against us! Like, what the fuck? Really?
As you wish.
Jesus Christ. So many cylinders! This doesn't go like this when you get by yourself. With other people, you know.
Thrall was wrong about Clivia. Go, find the Empress Regent.
Nice. Gear is still good for healing too. That's what I like about magic characters.
Empress Regent. I arrived as soon as I could. How can the Imperial Legion serve?
I think Seducer will mix it too. You have 2 Magnus, 5 Seducer, 5 Julianus. Seducer is good for healing, Julianus is good for DPS, but it also makes your healing crit more, and you can crit heal and whatnot. And you also have higher spell power, which makes your heal stronger too, so. Come on. They still fixed that one portal yet, Couch. That one portal that appears after the fact. It's so fucking stupid. You know it's not supposed to do that.
No, they're all supposed to come on.
Yeah. That's so weird. That's so weird, man. That they have errors in this game that have been around that long, that they're just like, you know what? It'll break something for us to fix that.
Yeah, we'll just leave it. It's not that big a deal, is it?
It's a fair compromise. Would you like 12 hours more of patch maintenance, or would you like to just wait for the fucking portal an extra 5 seconds? I thought that's destructions. Oh no, I thought this is the one that knocks him in the air, right?
Fireball.
It shoots out in every direction, or it shoots out in front of you, and it's like a donut, right? Yeah, that is when the fire staff uses a certain ability from the fire staff tree. That's what it looks like on the fire staff, but it's the same ability that freezes people's feet in place with the ice staff, and it's the same one that does like the damage over time, snappy kind of move with the lightning staff. The fire one knocks the person on their ass. It's called Destructive Clench or Destructive Reach, I think. Yeah, that's the one that'll look like that ring when you hit a fire staff. But it doesn't look like that if you have the other staves. It looks very different actually on all 3 of them. Yeah, that's something I'm putting down that anybody in the group can click it. If you click it, get used to doing synergies. They have no global cooldown. So as you're doing like your attacks and shit, you can just do the synergy at the same time, and it doesn't affect the speed in which you can attack. So get used to clicking them.
Or you can use the synergy instead of using a move which will get you resources and does damage to the enemy sometimes.
Right.
So sometimes it's a lot of damage, which will be like more than most of your moves can do, and it saves you resources, you know what I'm saying? And does damage instead, so it takes the place of your skill sometimes.
And later you're going to get resources back just for using synergies and ultimate, just for using them, and passives from different skill lines.
Let's move.
It's very useful and very necessary in the game. Synergies are a really big deal. Yeah, we get to use that if you throw that down. Provided we're not on cooldown from a ball or something. Oh, look at. I don't think she knows what the fuck she's talking about, to be honest, Couch. There's no way all of this is just in our mind. It looks exactly the same as everywhere else. This is obviously really happening. She's blind. She can't see shit. We can't take her word for it. You know what I'm saying, Couch? Here we go. I gotta go to work. I'm coming up.
There! Attack the rifts! She calls her allies!
Nowhere to run, mortal.
After her! The time has come! You must face her before she slays us all!
We have to kill Abner Thorns, whoever she is to him. I'm surprised he never mentions her. Like, don't worry about my fucked up aunt.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can Google it and we'll see who she is to him. Watch, I Google it and it says this is all in your imagination. And I'm like, no it isn't, god damn it! That's real, that's real! Click this last one, you might get an achievement. Oh, body.
These troop movements there. Sense.
Head through the portal. You are destined to face Clivia Tharn.
Do you fools still believe you're dealing with Clivia Tharn? She is
Really?
as lost to you as the White Gold Tower. Lord Baal, I have the Elder Scroll. The flame meld thus begins. Be gone!
Floof thought I was being serious when I said 116k.
Put your hottest deals down underneath you and chases you.
Well, I sure did fuck that up. Couch, we could have killed her before she even did this first one, but I didn't do the ultimate. I wasn't even thinking, man. Yeah, she would have died before any of these. No, she skipped right into the next one. I don't know if you can use the word vulnerable and Molokina in the same sentence per se.
The scroll said I'd be skewered if... Never mind.
I mean, take a look at this body.
I'll take
That's not a
You
vulnerable.
gotta go to work first, you said?
Yeah, well, that's how is it. I got a little time.
Well, I gotta go outside and mow the lawn anyway.
Alright, of course.
I'll see you on when you get out of work.
So, that emperor that you saw downstairs, it turned into this giant freak. That's why Admiral Tharn, obviously, you gotta touch this portal. That's why Admiral Tharn... And I will always love you. Alright, so, that's why he never talks about her, because she went all daydream and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Go on.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Just remember, when in doubt,
Get to the chopper!
see you later.